Can I go grab my shorts? Is that okay?
Sure. You need my keys.
Oh, it's not.
Are they shorts that you can roll in? And mom's not gonna get upset?
They're not.
Okay, go ahead.
Your keys are right through the water bottle.
Oh, your knee wrap isn't gonna go real well with that, dude.
What?
It might come off easy.
I'll be okay.
Okay.
I should get some wrestling shoes.
I only wear them because I'm the wind.
After last class, I was so hurt on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it was rough. My whole upper body was just all messed up.
Isn't it crazy how it just takes that long? And you're just like, I remember when I was young, man, I was like, I could leave for 3 months, come back, never miss a beat.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, all right, I haven't trained in 4 days. Oh.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, oh, my back. My liver.
Finally equipment, like more geese and stuff. I have to give on my car, to rush guards. I have time to wash all this.
Hey, so sometimes simple is easy. I just, over the years, I've accumulated so much stuff, right? That's why, like, when I hit brown belt and I got my brown belt rash guards, I was so frustrated because I'm like, what do I do with all these blue belt and purple belt rash guards? I was like, and then that's when I just started wearing straight black rash guards. So now I'm just straight black. Because I'm like, you can wear the straight black forever. You know, and if you, that's the best part. Because it's like, oh, I got a straight black rash guard. Great, you can wear that to a black belt. You don't ever, unless you outgrow it or you tear it up. I was so frustrated because I got like a closet of a couple of, I got some blues, I got some purples, I got browns, and, you know. I mean, I still wear them, but you work so hard to finally get there, and you're like, yeah, I think this is going
You
to
don't want to step back to the blue one. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you could do one of those videos where the black belt comes in as a
The white belt,
Yeah.
And people are like, man, he's good. Oh, you
Yeah.
First day.
The ears like this.
Yeah, what's wrong?
It's like, there's some competition, like a white belt, and this white belt, like face, you can see he was like
All
from war.
Yeah.
He's 25, but he looks 70. Like Popeye. He's like, whoa.
And you touch him like, oh, yeah, it's like Iron Man.
I've literally grappled against guys that when I shook their hand, they felt as strong as my father did. Like when I remember being young, my father was like, oh my God, this is not going to go well for me. But it was fun, nevertheless. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start lining up over here. We got like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not sure if Jerry is not going to make it, but we'll wait for 2 minutes or so to get going. So we're going to be working on hip switches, guys, to knee on belly, to arm bar, but not classic knee on belly when the partner has the knees turned away. And then hopefully the hitchhiker escape scenario as well. So, you know, I think that's the focus for today. Do any of you guys have neighbors that like to let their dogs out at 5:30 in the morning?
Yes,
I do. And said dog is a wiener. Nothing like a whining dog. Be quiet. Kick in the bottom. I was hoping to wake up to the sound of birds instead.
Don't tell me it's a guy across the street.
So it's not the guy across the street, it's the guy, so there's the property right behind us is a rental. And all the neighbors that we've ever had that have rented the property have been amazing. This lady that's in there now, I think is a single mom with a teenage daughter that's got issues. And the only reason we know is because when they yell at each other, the whole neighborhood can hear it. And it's an interesting situation. Nevertheless, it's been crazy because we've never had issues ever, and so it's really kind of a bad situation. But
we used to have neighbors that their dogs would try to attack ours through the fence.
really,
Yeah, it was like a split fence, so they could kind of get their muzzle through there or whatever.
Mhm.
Is that when you?
But no one's in this house. But I just started firing up the hose. And when they would come and try to bite me through it, I would just spray the hose just full of glass. It would be soaked. They'd keep coming back. Eventually they started figuring it out, but they never said, like, wonder why my dog is soaked. Probably because they just leave them out there all day. But I would just lay into them with the hose and pretty soon he'd stop barking.
you know what I heard also really is helpful for that is kind of like a 1-to-1 mixture of vinegar or
Oh, yeah.
because apparently vinegar really irritates their nasal passages, and so they start coming out.
Right.
No,
I don't want none of that.
yeah, because they don't want any of it. No, it's been really interesting because the only real conversation we ever had with this lady was right off the bat. It's a female dog, so of course, Bonsai, before we neutered him, right, he was like, oh, female, hey. So the lady was, I guess, it's probably a good thing she spoke to Kim because I guess she was a little bit aggressive in terms of our dog and blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's funny. It's funny as a dog owner what you get upset about. I was like, I'll let a lot of things pass. But don't threaten my dog. I was just like, I'm like, hold on a second. It's biology. She's a female. She's not fixed. He's a male. He's not fixed. Let's not get crazy with threatening dogs. This is like, but it's a good thing, like I said, that she spoke to Kim because I'd have been like, what? And then I probably would have digressed to a very much younger version of myself. It would not have been a good thing. Let's get started, guys. Feet together, guys. Hands to the side. Courtesy, please. Good. Flags right behind us. And bow. Good. Maxine, any warm up you want? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I'll set the time. Let's go. Yes, 10 minutes. Maxine's like, what? 10 minutes? This is short. Usually this is longer for them. They're happy. I usually do about 15 minutes. It's been a while. I can take you through the old warm-up, guys, if you.
Yeah, kind of thing. Run. Outside. Go outside to inside. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Just one. I guess usually go this direction or
For sprint?
Yeah.
Usually down this
not
way.
sprints, just shrink and stuff.
Oh, just back and forth. Yes.
This way?
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
let's go. Let's start with front row.
Go ahead. Or drill back.
Back roll, if you guys can just do regular back roll is fine. A little bit advanced. We can go all the way up. That's it. Nice. Reverse swing.
You guys are amazing. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys.
So guys, next is gonna be a little bit maybe different. I don't know if you see it before. Just gonna work a little bit on our balance. Because most of the time when somebody shooting single leg, lots of people freak out, but it's fine just to start. Even if I have his arm, but he have a good balance, he gonna make me a lot of work to do, to take him down. So you're gonna start here, I'm gonna push you forward. I'm gonna push you forward, I'm gonna push you to side. I'm gonna push you on the other side, and then we're gonna switch direction. I'm gonna push you to me. Push you back and forth. So, but you can't
Good drill.
Yeah. This is good?
Yeah.
This is, okay. You see what he was doing now?
Yeah,
I can show.
Okay, come, James.
One up, look.
So let's go. One person, one leg, another person, so 2 legs, and so it's total gonna be 4. 4 arms.
One leg down, other leg back.
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we can go back and forth.
Other leg. And then you. Okay, be careful. You don't want to do that.
This way. Okay. Oh, that's good, boss.
It's a really good drill. I haven't done this in forever. You know what we used to do too in my traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
We would also do one-legged turns all the way down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how sometimes you come in and you're like, you still have to keep turning?
Yeah.
This is good. I totally spaced this.
So what do you got? You have time?
3.5 minutes, yes.
Oh, 3.5 minutes.
I know it's forever.
Okay, let's work with partners. I think you guys can do it. You're gonna go to partner. Going forward. One squat with one leg.
Old school drills, baby. Straight from the Ukraine, baby. Straight from the Ukraine. He's light though.
Yeah.
He's a baby.
I don't know if I can hear you.
Yeah, please be careful. Don't run into the water bottle. Want to do Gonzo?
I don't know if I can.
I'm impressed. So strong kid. Let's go. If you call him this gator, you guys call it from a different way.
No, gator. Yeah.
Gator.
Jacaré in Brazil.
Only one way.
It's a good warm-up, Maxine. You have some good warm-ups.
Try to make the whole memory work back, yeah. In the month for a while.
Because I remember we used to hop all the way down on one leg, come back on the other, and then circle, and circle the other way, circle one way, circle the other way.
Yes. Told you before. Let's go around the roses. I don't know how you guys call it. Go. You go halfway.
Oh, yes.
Nice and easy. Use momentum, guys. Use momentum.
Super simple, guys. Super simple.
You're going halfway, and then you're gonna change direction. If you can, don't step on the ground.
I love it. There it is. There
Very
it
nice,
is.
guys. Very nice.
Less than a minute, guys. Less than a minute.
Oh man, it's hard. The last time I tried to do this, it takes me maybe 1 month. Come on, Wayne, rock, buddy, rock.
Not on day 2. On day 2.
The other side.
Maybe in July, I'll do better.
In July. No, for sure in July. For sure in July.
2021.
Exactly.
I think you're good, coach.
All right, guys. Really quick, guys. Grab a quick drink of water if you need it, and then this will come back on, and then we'll get moving. Guys, I'm going to do everything explaining it this way because it's being sent over so for whoever's watching at home. So guys, really quick, one of the things that we're going to be focusing on is the going to be the side control or the mounting from the side control position, right? And so this is going to be kind of important for all of you guys to kind of get. Or let me borrow your body if you don't mind. Let me have you lay with your feet this way, head that way on your back, please. So guys, a lot of times when you're taking side control, there's a couple of basics that we always want to think about, right? Our knees are always going to be nice and wide, right? So I have one knee close to my partner's hip, one knee kind of up by the shoulder, right? We like to go underneath the head, right, and underneath the hips, so that ideally what I'm doing here is I'm here at this position and I'm here, right? 9 times out of 10, the person on the bottom is framing on my hip and framing on the neck, right? So what we're going to do, guys, right here is just going to make this nice and simple, right? My hand can be here. I can also grab here. All I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to add a little bit of pressure into his body as I switch my hips here, right? I'm going to keep my hips nice and low. Now, if my partner leaves his knees right where they are, right, then all I'm going to do is step across and mount. Does that make sense? Super simple, right? But 9 times out of 10, what happens the second you do this, right, your partner starts to bring their knee up towards your body. So if he does this, guys, to make this harder, right? Now it's just a little bit harder to get this done without moving my hips back. But instead of moving my hips back, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna grab his foot. When I grab his foot, guys, I'm gonna pull it to me and my bottom leg is gonna hook. Right when I hook him here now, that makes it very difficult for him to resist what's about to happen, which is me grabbing his leg, connecting it. There has to be a connection here, guys. Now, I step completely over my arm to take the mount. Now, when I get here to the mount, guys, this is what I want you to do. Don't just stop here. Go ahead and reach a little bit and start to apply the pressure, right? It's this pressure that is then going to start taking you into the other techniques that we've been looking at this week, okay? So a very kind of easy way to kind of take this position without having to move back and do a tiptoe pass or anything like that. Does that make sense? And it's just predicated off the fact that he's bringing kind of his knee up into you. Does that make sense? So you can see it, Corbett. Sir, can I borrow you, please? So same idea, right? So check this out, Corbett, right? So again, you're just kind of starting here, right? Right here and right here. Now, guys, again, one big thing here is, see, my body is lower. You guys can see it here because I'm here. I don't want to be on top of him like this. This is better for him. I'm back and my chest is going into him, right? Now, from here, that's where I apply a little bit of pressure. I switch my hip and I'm on the ground. When this knee comes up, that's what allows me this grip, right? And I'm grabbing from the outside. He can feel my arm on the outside. I'm not going like this, right, in between his legs. I'm coming like this, right? Now that I do this, I literally just need to hook. Once my bottom leg has this hook, I just collect. Stepping completely over, I mount. But I don't keep my center line here. I move sideways. That's what's going to allow all the other attacks that we've been focusing on this week. Thank you, sir. All right, makes sense, guys? Cool. All right, at home, hopefully it makes sense. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go, guys. Back and forth. Try to do it from both sides, guys. So switch onto your left hip there, perfect. Yep, good. And get your left knee right by Dad's hip. Yep, there you go, good. So right when you do that, now Dad's going to bring his knee up, right? So all you're just doing is reach over. And you don't want to reach there, you want to reach around if you can. And grab this one up. I'm trying to grab the special. Yeah, reach. Not like that, right here. And now pull it. So you're going to use your bottom leg to hook his leg. No, bottom leg. Yes, exactly, right? So you need to have your hips closer to Dad's hips because you have shorter legs. So move your hips lower. Yes. Does that make sense? So this leg hooks, good. Now this hand reaches over and grabs his leg. Pull it to you. Yep. Step over time. Yep, that's it.
Well, that way is fine too. So you can look and breathe, put the pressure down on the bottom.
Don't forget to lean sideways. Once you knock out, boom. Few minutes left, guys. Few minutes left. Now, yeah. So if he doesn't bring the knee up, just mount. So just get yourself in the habit of mounting. There you go. Good. So, Corbin, try to remember to bring that inside knee up. Yeah. Good. So now you're gonna reach from the outside. Yes, sir. Good. Pull it there. Boom. Bring the legs together. Step over. Good. And so right here, Ryan, right when you get there, before you collect, so go back a half step. Take your right hand, literally reach all the way towards me. Reach towards him. More pressure so that you need so think of it this way. Your elbow right now that's holding onto him should be cranking up to 12 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That's what's gonna force him to use the
Okay, that makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah, it grinds, brother. It grinds. And depending on how you turn your bottom hand, you can turn it so the thumb is up and your neck is just getting more out so you're ready to move. It's jujitsu.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. All right, guys. So we're gonna add a little bit of a piece to it now, right? So that's all fine and dandy if it goes that way, but you know, guys are gonna wise up, right? Especially once they start feeling it. So there's a very quick fix that a lot of guys do. They just turn the knees away, right? Not towards you, away from you. Does that make sense? So now that becomes very hard to pull that move off, but that's okay because now that takes us into the next technique. Does that make sense? So Corp, can I borrow your body again, please? So same thing, right? Feet this way, head this way, right? So the concept, guys, is the same. This time, Corp, whenever I start to reach for your foot, both of your knees are just going to stack on top of you. Yeah, just like that, exactly, right? So that's usually one of the common responses that happens. So again, we're just kind of set here like this, right? Corbin feels this, boom. Now, he might bring his knees up or he just might go over. Does that make sense? Right? So if he brings his knee up, right? So let's say, for example, he comes back like he did before, but he feels me doing this. Now he drops both of his knees. See, now that changes it. I can't, this doesn't do the same thing anymore. Does that make sense? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push his knee. I'm going to commit it to the other knee. Sometimes you can even commit it all the way to the ground, right? Turn the hand over, knee on belly is going to be here. Does that make sense? You're going to collect the arm, and in this case, you're going to need to collect it here. Does that make sense? Once you collect it, now you can shove this in. Look, I'm sitting on this hip. My foot is right here. And now I pass. And now I sit to take the arm with me. If it's a fight, you can do it. Does that make sense? You can also go super deep if you want to. With no gi, most guys tend to have this grabbing situation. You can come deep, but it's a wetter game, and so sometimes it'll slide out. I like the grip a little bit more myself, right? My grip variations. So again, the idea is kind of the same. In the setup, right? I'm here. I start to go here. I start to reach. Yes. See, so now that changes the game. Look, change this over. That'll help. Boom. Knee on belly. Now, he's going to pull his elbow in, yeah, because this is a worse. Guys, by the way, this is super important. For those of you at home, too, you guys need to see this. If Wayne leaves his hand here, and I fall back on it with this, guys, this is a much worse arm bar. His arm is behind my shoulder. This is really bad. So 9 out of 10 guys, when you get here, yep, they're going to pull this hand back in, right? That's where you're going to grip and scoop. I need to create a little bit of space so I can do this, you see? And now I can pass. Boom, and then I can take it. Makes sense, guys? I keep a hold of the material. Well, in this case, it should be a scoop because we're looking at no gi focus, right? If there's material there, hold on to it, right? So you can't hitchhiker. But if it's not there, hug the leg. Does that make sense? We're going to look at the hitchhiker escape, what's common counter to this move here on the next shot. Make sense, guys? Good. Corb, did you catch all of that, Bubba?
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go, guys. In the knees. Push the knees, push the knees. Yeah, and you can go C grip too. Yeah. Good. Right knee goes on the desk. Yep.
Oh, it's like
So grab his hand. Sit on that. Put your right knee on top. So here's the knee to grab this.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You literally have the right to sense it. Literally. Yes. Now, when you got to pull his hand up. You're pulling up. Pull it up to your chest. So now your foot can slide in. This way. Your shin can come into his foot. Yeah. Now, when you pass your leg over his head,
Yeah.
sit back. You're into the armbar. But don't know where your footwork was. That's fine. If that happens. You want to try not to, because now you see when you right out, look at the cat in the distance. His elbow is here, right next to the point. You're going to
my ribs on my back.
Yeah, if you're going to do that version, you're going to have to.
Transition.
Does that make sense? And it's not a bad option. It just takes another step. And sometimes in the scramble, right? You grappled before. You already know, right? In the scramble, sometimes it's hard enough to hit it right when you got everything set up. right? If you give dad an extra 7 inches, he's out.
Yeah.
Then I would push up with my bottom foot is
To
below
lift
his
the
shoulder.
fulcrum.
Push up.
Would you like to go on bar towards the left? I'm not going to on bar perpendicular. I'm going to
You don't need to. You can if you want to, but you don't need to.
But his leg is natural.
How do you know? So you're gonna bring that knee all the way up on, yes, good. And when you do that, posture up. Use your left hand to help you come all the way up. Yeah, good. Yep. You're gonna want your shin on dad's, yeah, kind of body, and your right hip is literally sitting on dad's hip. Yeah. There you go, see? There you go, that's less work that you have to do. Does that make sense? Pull this wrist to you, create some space. Right, slip that leg in underneath. Nope.
Yeah, but
Yep, and scoot your hips up as well. Now, look, see how much closer you are? You want to have your hips as close to dad's shoulder as possible when you pass the legs down.
No. Yeah, so you have to break. Yes. Yeah.
Sit down, right?
Yeah. And a lot of guys will actually try to push you away right there. They give you the arm bar. It's so easy. Because when they push, just tilt your chest up and go up. And the hand slides right into position. It's perfect.
I think on the street, most of the people will do this.
Mm.
Leave me alone.
Snap.
This is.
What are you doing over there? Punching seals? What's going on?
Okay.
My goodness. Like, let's put this on. What's going on?
He's making noises on that side.
That's true. That's true. Touche, touche. I didn't body slam. Okay, it's time. All right, guys. So this next piece I'm going to mimic first, and then I'm going to do this next piece with push my sleeve so you guys can see this a little better. So I'm going to mimic it first, right? So I'm going to pretend like it's my right arm that's in trouble, right? So if it's my right arm that's in trouble, right, for whatever reason, I'm here, he extended the arm, right, and now he's falling back, right? This hand is going to be super important because I need to isolate this leg. Does that make sense? But there's a couple of other things you need to understand, right? There's always a bridge with the hitch hacker. Sometimes people get caught in this because when the guy falls back into the arm bar, they secure the leg and then they start to try to spin here. But see, while it does raise my shoulder up, right, it's not the same. As soon as you go up, I go up. You see, the second I go up, my shoulder's already high. That buys me already a little bit of time, right, to fight off the arm lock that's coming. I'm going to then start running around this way. He's going to have it, so you're going to need some shoulder mobility. If you've got shoulder issues, talk to your partner. You might have to relax the arm a little bit so you can make this work. Once I start running around here, if my partner's leg does not come over and stop my hip, I have a very easy pass and escape. So usually when you get here, the partner's other leg comes in and stops you here, that's fine. Then you just step over the leg, come out the back, and you end up in side control. Does that make sense? Right? It'll make more sense now as you see Maxime do this, right? So Maxime, would you go from this position, please? So we've already gotten here, right? He starts to bring this leg in, right? As soon, like I said, this leg is coming over, I have to be ready to capture it. So it comes over, boom, I've got to capture it. he starts to sit, right, I've got to immediately come up and look, I'm running. He puts his foot on my hip. Put your foot on my hip right here. Yes. See, now I can't pass. But now I have to pin this down and get this leg over. Right? Or you can use the other one too. I like this one, it's a little bit faster. Does that make sense? But now look, when I turn, the only thing I'm going to have to worry about with at his level is maybe a wrist lock. Does that make sense? But the nice thing is look, now it takes me to this position, right? And now we start to drill over, right? And I do it to him, he gets checkers out, and we go, right? But the big thing, guys, that I want to remind you of is just getting that initial bridge. If I don't get that initial bridge with him, yes. If I don't get that initial bridge with him right here, and I just try to run, right? This is gonna be, you can put a little pressure on, squeeze with your knees, please. Yes. Okay, so if I just try to run out, this is gonna be uncomfortable. I have to bridge. You see, the second I bridge, I'm going in a different angle. It changes the pressure. And you'll feel it. I mean, don't squeeze hard and pull too hard because you can hurt your partner. But do it enough that you feel it a little bit. Like, okay. Because you need to understand the importance of the bridge. A lot of times guys don't do it, right? Your partner will fall, he'll do something like this, right? Your partner will fall, and then he'll just relax here, right? This should still be decent pressure. So when he bridges, go ahead and bridge, he feels the pressure leave, right? But it's decent pressure. Now, if I don't do anything, see, my leg didn't go anywhere, he literally just has to pop his head out. Come this way, come back, because I didn't stop your hip. So if I don't stop your hip, literally drop your hip to the mat. Boom, he's out. Because he's just out. Does that make sense? So once again, that's why I have to. So, so this is why, guys, look, I have to do this. Because once he starts, right, especially if I didn't grab his leg, once he starts this and he starts moving out, boom, I have to go here because I'm still going to try to salvage an arm bar. Does that make sense? I'm still going to try, but that's okay. He's going to keep hold of my leg, spin it, move his, yes, and see the rotation of his hand? This is important, right? Now, if I can control the wrist and not let it turn, then he's in trouble, right? But we're not countering the counter to the counter, or the attack. Yeah, so we're not countering the counter to the attack. We're just letting him go right now. But, you know, guys that are really good, these are all things that you should practice, right? Like at your level right now, I'm just trying to make sure you guys understand this piece. Make sure you understand the important pieces. A more advanced drill that Maxine should be working is like, okay, good, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, excellent, good. Now, control my wrist better. Okay, good, now what do I do? Boom, right now. Because like right now, the biggest piece that he has to do is just remember to pin my bottom leg. Because if he doesn't pin my bottom leg, then I start switching my hips and I start attacking other things. Could be omoplatas, could be inverted locks, could be a lot of stuff. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna need to bridge, come over, never let go of that leg, right? And then once I get there and he puts that foot on, I gotta pin that leg to the ground. Does that make sense? And then finish the room. All right, questions? All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, hope everybody at home that's watching is doing well as well.
Yeah, oh, just to get through. Okay, the first stuff. Okay. What?
Yeah, and pin it to the ground. So do it again, Maxine. So right from here, right? So just hold it where it is. No, just like this. Just grab it. So you don't have to grab from here, from the inside. From the inside? Yeah, from right there. Just grab the leg. Just hold on to it. You can even grab it like this. So yeah, pants, yes, it's great. But if you can just like this, that makes sense? And just hold it to you. So because you don't want it to go free. Now bridge and start to come out. Good. So now push it to the ground. Right? So push his leg, yeah, now it's in, it's trapped. Right? Now this foot's gonna go right over there. It has to. Yes, or else he gets an easy pass. Now that the leg is pinned, it can't go anywhere, right? He can't use this knee to stop your hips. So now you can take your legs over. His legs, yes. And now you're through. Does that make sense? But that's an important piece because the more advanced players are gonna get those knees back in. And they're gonna try to use them. You have to stop that. And you've already got a hold of it, so don't put it back. Okay. So immediately you have to control that leg right there, right? Now you're going to start bridging, bridge up, and start walking it around. Hips high, hips high, hips high. Keep a hold of that leg, shove that leg to the ground, shove that leg to the ground. All the way, turn, keep turning, keep turning.
I didn't grab it.
Now right there, Brian.
Oh yeah, you should drop this.
That's where you're focused. Now Corbin, did you see how you let go of Dad's arm? That's why you come back. Sorry, you let go of Dad's leg. You have to pin his leg.
So
See how
here's
this
grabbing
this
like
thing
this,
should now be
yeah.
on the ground. This thing should be holding his leg. Yes. Because you need to be right into his body. You understand? Right? So that's the only thing you're gonna need to fix.
Yeah,
Now,
so
when
you're
you lunge at
yeah.
the end, your arm should be
Yes,
straight right
that's
now. Your right arm should be straight. Good. Pass your leg over Dad's leg.
It is.
Pass it over. No, right here, kiddo. Right here. Yeah, keep going. And keep coming. Keep coming. Turn your elbow. Turn your elbow and come here. Put your knee on the ground. Side control. Put your knee on the ground. And then control that. Yeah, because if he holds onto your arm, it does him no good. Once you're that far, it does him zero good. I wouldn't say like that because it's gonna.
When you go on the bridge, you feel not getting uncomfortable or not?
It's just, I think I need the strength to bridge higher.
Coach, I just want to make sure I can say it right. When you're going for escape with a bridge, you're not going 100% bridge. You can kind of on the side.
Just like you're bridging to go to turtle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like if you struggle a little bit by going this way.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
just do more
sorry, yeah, that's correct. So it's not a straight up bridge, it's an angled bridge. To the opposite shoulder.
He's got like this.
Yes, that's it.
It's gonna be better.
Okay, there you go.
But the only thing that can pivot is the shoulder that's not controlled. Does that make sense? Right, because if he tried to do a straight bridge right there, that just buys you time to break his arm.
Yeah.
Right? But if he immediately starts coming, yep, that's where he gets the angle, yes. Right, good. Leg, yes, good. Right there. There you go, boom.
Got it.
There we go.
Good?
Leg underneath the shoulder, there you go, the leg over his face, and nice and close, hold on to his arm. Nice, so hand on the inside of the grip. Yes, right, because you're not gonna pull it together, you're gonna kind of push it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, keep holding on to
Yep,
it.
all the way, good, freeze right there. Now, right here, this leg needs to be active, needs to be coming over onto his head, right? Now, right there, post onto that left arm, keeping his leg pinned. Yep, slide your right knee over his bottom leg and take the side control. That's it. Okay. You have to keep that leg pinned. The better players, Ryan, not only are going to be doing that, but you know how you easily switched to it when he wasn't holding it? That's what they're going to do. And then they're going to start attacking secondary and tertiary
One
attacks.
was the side, all the
But if you
support
pin
there.
that-
Yeah. That's not bad.
Shoulder. This shoulder, yes. Lift up high. There you go. Keep rolling, keep rolling. Yes, much better. Pin the leg down. Yep. Slide the legs over. Yes. Very good, very good. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, sadly today we don't have the same time we did last time, but that's okay. We'll try to get some bad position training in next time. All right, so compose yourselves. Let's make our lines, guys. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Actually, let me turn this up and over. It's funny because we started over here and then it moved over. I had to move the camera. You guys kept moving over towards the back door. All right. Together here. All right, guys. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys being here. Get together, guys. Hands at your side. Courtesy, please. Flag behind this, guys. Got courtesy. Guys, don't forget. This is our last official adult class here in this building. Does that make sense? And so, anyway,
No
yeah.
cake?
Huh?
No cake?
Yeah, no cake. Man, I've had plenty of cake. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Seriously, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
It feels sadness or no?